What is going on, YouTube? I'm your host, Jonas Caribe here, back here with another video. I know y'all miss me. I've been out on the scene, doing some things, really good things, but I can't forget y'all, so that's why I'm here today, showing you another tutorial. And as you saw in the title, I'm gonna be showing you how to make the 5th Kompa tutorial synth exercise. So before getting started, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe, share, and like. And don't forget to check me out on Instagram at pititgou. I'll be posting weekly pictures of what I believe the instrument of the day is. And I'll be posting some other exclusive content on there. So don't forget to check that out. And with that being said, let me show you a sample of what we're going to be making today. So as you've heard in that example, the sound that I used was pretty unique, and I'm gonna break it down in terms of what sounds I used. And this is basically gonna be a breakdown, so it's gonna be a little different from my previous videos. All right, so this is what it sounds like playing from my speaker. All right, you'll hear that it sounds pretty complex. And I'll show you what effects I used. All right, so you can do pretty cool, amazing solos with this sound. It sounds very nice and unique to Kompa. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, instead of creating an initial patch, because it's going to be overkill if I just recreate the same sound on my keyboard, I'm just going to show you what to do, and you can just follow along if you have a Phantom. And as usual, if you have a DAW, you can also follow along. So if you are creating a new patch, just go to no assign and just pick any initial patch here, and you can select that, and everything else follows. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back into my patch. I'm gonna save it under, well, I have it saved under hard lead. Okay. Now this is where it is. And I'm gonna go into patch edit and pro edit. And this is where you get the normal settings. So put the category on hard lead if you want. And everything else I left the same. So this is the patch level. This is as high as it'll go, 127. That's important for your output. Now for the wave files, I have 4 unique tones that I combined together. And the story behind this tone is because, well, for one, I called it the Mystic Lead because I don't know if you are familiar with the 90s video games, but I used to be a huge fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, and I used to play Sega with my friends. And so one of the episodes or scenes, I guess, was, I think it's called the Mystic scene, where Sonic is basically running around, and like I liked all those different songs and themes that they used to play on those games. And so that's what inspired me to pick this sound. And I was going for like a Christmas type of tone to match with the beginning parts of the exercise. So that's why I named it Mystic Lead. And you'll see the tones actually reflect that as well. So the first tone that I picked is called the Tyne EP MFC. And what I'm gonna do is, let me just play it individually so you can hear. All right. And better yet, let me take all the effects out so it just sounds clean for now. Okay, so this is what it sounds like clean. Okay, it's just a regular electric piano, and it's the tine sound. So if you can find something similar to this, I think you'll be all set. Okay, so that's the first tone, and it's number 213. And you can just throw everything on mono, since it automatically puts it on both sides of the speaker. I didn't do any different tones on the different sides of the speaker. Okay, and for my second tone, let me play this one for you to hear. It's called the B310 FLC. It's basically another organ sound, and it's number 353. All right, and you could find something similar to this. Okay, so that's the second tone. And if I'm going too fast for y'all, just always remember you can pause the video, move back, replay, do all that you need to. Okay, and then now here's the secret. With this tone, I've never shown you guys how to do this. This is my first time showing you. A lot of people don't know this, but you can actually add bass sounds into your solo. So if you can find a bass patch and mix it in, you'll create different sounds. And the benefits is that basses have a heavier tone, so it'll add like this extra layered fatness to your tone, and also it creates a unique sound because not a lot of people use basses. And this is a technique that I've found from watching other videos. And what I'll do is at some point I'll make a video and show you guys a list of other sound engineers who I follow, and where I get some inspirations from too as well. Sometimes it's natural, but sometimes you also have to look at others for ideas and inspirations, and then you can create your own sounds as well. All right, so with this tone, I added the MG Bass 2A, and it's patch number 696, and it sounds like this. Now it doesn't sound like a bass because I'm playing it in a higher octave, but if I lower it, sounds like one of those 90s bass synths, you know. So MG Bass 2A, number 696. So that's the third tone. And then the fourth and final tone, since this all sort of has this heaviness to it, this sound, I wanted to add like a lighter tone. So I added this, I guess it's called a neigh, and it's like a fluty sound. And that's just to add highness to the sound, because you don't want it to just be low all the time. Sometimes you want to have different frequencies playing at the same time, so it just gives it a nice mixture. So now this tone is called neigh, and it is patch number 761. Okay. Now you see, like, the thing about these tones is that they have so many different layers, and when you hear the sound, it sounds very nice, but you don't know what details go into it until you fully break down the tone. So that's what I like about this stuff. It's really fun. So this is all what they all sound like together. So it sounds good now, but obviously it's not finished yet because we need to add effects, right? So the next step is we're gonna go down here. I didn't do too much with all of my other filters. I was just going for something straightforward. So the next step is go to the solo Portamento, and always leave this on poly, because that you want to be able to play chords. I'm clipping a little bit, and always leave your Portamento switch on. Leave it at normal, and then this time instead of 10, I just added an extra note for 11 for the Portamento time. And I mean, I told you guys Portamento is really good, so use the Portamento, guys. All right, it's important, and you'll thank me later for it. Okay, so always remember, add some Portamento. These are the details that you need to make your tone sound much better. You'll thank me later for it. See that? That's all Portamento right there. If I put it at 0, that sounds plain. You know what I mean? Like, you want to add some flavor to your sound, so it's really good. All right, and that's pretty much it for the tones. So the next step is we're gonna go into the effects. All right, so now I have the effects panel up and running, and for this tone, I have only 2 effects going, so first I have, for the main effect, I have added a infinity phaser, which by now you should be familiar with, and let me just put it on. So these are the settings that I have. Pretty standard. It's the same settings that I use for all of my other solo sounds when I use the infinity phaser. So you can see on the screen, I have mode 4, speed at +40, resonance at 80, and the mix is 127. As high as it'll go. Okay, now let's go back to the routing. I'm gonna add my delay, and let me show you what the settings look like. So the left, I have 200 milliseconds. The center, you just leave it at 300 milliseconds. And the right, leave it at 220. And this is what it sounds like. See that? Sounds really good. All right. And let's see what. Yeah, so the reverb, I didn't add it, but if you want, you can all add reverb. And like I say with all of my other tutorials, you can feel free to add your own effects, make it sound unique as you wish. And that's basically it. So again, if you haven't, check out my other videos. Feel free to subscribe, and I hope you found this tutorial helpful. In the future, I'll be posting more things, so keep an eye out and follow me on Instagram and Twitter to keep posted on things that I'm doing. All right, y'all. Thank you again for watching the video, and I hope you have a good one. Peace.